So in this video, we're going to be learning about the key level placements. The key level placements is pretty much the largest type of support and resistance, which is based on the monthly and weekly time frame. This helps us get the broadest outlook on the market. Obviously, we're still going to be applying our technicals, which include, our fibs, market structure, trend lines, candlestick analysis, and other ways to analyze the market. But this method is obviously going to help build a case to better our bias. Now, we're going to be starting off by setting our foundation. Our foundation is normally a 1000 pip range. This is UJ, so it is a very volatile pair, so most likely the foundation will be within 1000 pips. But other pairs like GJ, your foundation could be anywhere between 1100 to 1400 pips. So, it really depends on the pair and how volatile that pair is. So, to begin with, we're going to start off by going onto the line chart and turning off our moving averages. So, you kind of want the whole chart to be in the middle of your screen. You don't want to be like all the way zoomed in where you can barely see anything, but you don't want to be all the way zoomed out where you see, a little too much. So anyways, you kind of want to find that median. And now going back to our touch, gap, and overlap, you have to find one of those three situations to actually have a valid key level. Now, you're going to start off by setting your foundation in current price. So you have to find an area of support and you have to find an area of resistance on the other side. All right, so I pretty much went along and found my two areas. So first one being right here. So as you can see right here, there's an area of resistance. Over here, it acted as support. Now, going all the way back, so you can see here, once it broke it, came back down, retested this area, which was previously a resistance, which is now turned into support, and went in the complete opposite direction. Same thing over here, acted as resistance, and so forth. So now for my second area, mainly based off of here. So as you can see, it touched here, area of resistance, and over here it acted as an area of support. So you can see touch and touch. Now, same thing over here. Here's a touch, and then it all correlates. So this is an area of about, let's say about 900 pips. So it's not always going to be 1000 pips, but in this case, it's about 900 pips. So what you're going to do is you're going to right click, format your horizontal lines, and you're going to type monthly. You're going to make sure it's to the right. Same thing over here. So I'm going to repeat this again. You have to find an area of resistance and an area of support on your horizontal line once you do place it. And you have to find either one of the three situations, which going back to our touch, gap, and overlap. So as you can see right here on this area of resistance / support where my horizontal line is, it acted as an area of resistance, which was a touch here, and it acted as an area of support here, which is a touch as well. So that's valid. So you can see it correlates with the rest of these areas. So here's a gap. Obviously, here we have a touch, gap as well. Here we have a touch. And then even when the market came down here, it kind of gapped and then went back in the opposite direction before initially breaking it and coming down. So same thing for my second area. Over here we have a touch, over here we have a touch on resistance, a touch on support. So that area is valid. It has to be valid on both sides. Like it can't only be support or it can't only be resistance. It has to be support and it has to be resistance. So pretty much what I'm talking about, it has to do this or it's not valid. It can't just be doing this. That's this is not valid. This is valid. All right. So now moving on, let me erase all this. All right, now moving on. Once you find your pip range, here it's 900, right? Using your date and price range tool, which could be found right here, date and price range tool. You're gonna grab another horizontal line and put it right in the middle. You see where this arrow is? Right in the middle of that. Just like that. And you're gonna make this the weekly. And then you're gonna have this to the left. So it's as simple as that. Now, once that's done, simply go to the middle. You're gonna type foundation. All right, so you know that this is your foundation. You're gonna have it right in the middle. So once that's done, you're gonna make your zone 1 and your zone 2. So you simply just drag this box and put it at the bottom of one of your monthly support and resistance levels. Then you're gonna put another one down here. Right click, format. This is gonna be the monthly. And then off to the right. And then you're gonna put another horizontal line right in the middle of that. And this is gonna be the weekly. This is gonna be off to the left. So just like that, you already have your zone 1. All right, and you're pretty much just gonna be repeating this process over and over again until you have zone 1, zone 2, zone 1, and zone 2. So I'm gonna do that really quickly. If you want, you can fast forward the video until I get to the part where I actually finish. All right, so as you can see, I have now my foundation, zone 1, and then zone 2, just like that. Now you're gonna repeat the same process, but going in the opposite direction. So right there, this is gonna be my weekly. Off to the right. Okay, so just like that, you're done. Now you're gonna leave all of this on the screen, of course. So you wanna have all of your text being your zones and your foundation on the weekly, so you know where it's right in the middle. Now, last but not least, you're gonna, first of all, always have your reasons as to why you place your foundation where it is. So as you can see, I have mine highlighted. Here's an area of support. Here's an area of resistance. Here's an area of support. Here's an area of resistance. Same thing here. Here's an area of resistance. Here's an area of support. Always leave that there. Okay. So now, I know a lot of people don't pay for TradingView. That's something you should definitely look into, especially that, you know, you're making investments to help you pretty much make money. So invest in TradingView. Why not? You know, I think it's like $10 a month. But, you know, if you don't feel like paying for it, then simply just make your weeklies a different color, because I know you're not going to be able to add text to the actual lines. So just make them a different color that's not red green or blue. So now we're going to be grabbing a rectangle. We're gonna make this simply this color here, and same thing here. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to price right here. We're gonna go a little bit before price, and we're gonna draw a nice thin little box just like that, right? And we're simply gonna copy and paste this box, and we're gonna be putting them on each line just like this. So what this does is when the market gets close to one of your key levels, you'll know because it's inside of these boxes. So it's pretty much alerting you to when the market's actually getting to these levels. So you're pretty much going to do this for every single one of them. It's pretty fast actually. You know, it's just literally copy and paste. And obviously you don't want to make them too thick, because when you're in the lower time frames, it just looks like you're in a big ass box pretty much. So just like that should be fine. You know, probably make it a little bit thinner than that, but just like that, you're done. Now you can go back to your candlestick charts, and you can pretty much start seeing everything line up. So as you can see right here, the market came back up once they broke out of this area of support, came back up, retested it, and came down. Exhaustion towards this area of support here, tested candles right on it as well with that nice bullish engulfing. Here's a retest, and then another bullish candle after that. This was a huge bullish month. Wow, 1,000 pips straight bullish. All right, so you can even go back and see how everything is starting to line up. Like here, this could be a gap, or it could be an overlap on this zone right here, and everything is just pretty much lining up perfectly. You can make any adjustments you need to, but other than that, I think everything is pretty good so far. So that's pretty much about it for this video. That's pretty much just how you set up your key level placements, and I will see you in the next support and resistance video.